Hello, what's up, guys? This is me, Mr. Goldman Roshan. Now I'm going to explain how the Raza banks actually trade in a gold. So this is the most amazing video that I'm going to post now. So these are the screenshots of the trade that the Raza banks taken into his trading career, and he made a lot of money by following this exact setup. So let me explain it a very easy way. So the professional traders like Raza Banks actually how they are going to trade and how they earn money. So let me explain. All right. So this is the first trade that Raza took. So let me explain it on the very basics. So if you look at here, what you can see is the way you can see is it has a resistance to form after moving this much. All right, so if you look at here, it has created the resistance at this point, and then the price dropped down and created a new support at this point. All right, so if you look at here, this is the new support has been formed at this point, and also there is a resistance at this point. So you know what? The overall trend, session trend from here is a down, but at the same time, what we can see is after creating the support, the way this candle closed, can we make a buy to the next candle? Obviously not, because there is a way big move on a 30-minute time frame. All right. So we are waiting for the next candle to form, and next candle form like a high liquidity candle like this. All right. So whenever you get a liquidity candle like this, there is a higher probability that the next candle will continue to push up, because if you look at here, this candle drop down and get a sufficient liquidity, and we are expecting that the next candle will break the high of the previous candle and continue to move up. All right. So what we are expecting right at the moment is we need some sorts of a candle forming like this, creating a wicket first, then need to break the high of the previous candle where we can take our impulse entry. All right, impulse entry in the trend, impulse entry. All right, so by putting our stop loss below the current candle, and we are expecting next candle to be continue to like this, and the next candle printing like continue to moving up like this. All right, so we are expecting this because we have a clean range to the left as well. So let me rub it from here. Okay, so we are expecting the next candle to be continue like this. All right, like this, and next candle might be like this and hit our TP like 60 pips. So out of 60 we can easily get like 30, 35, 40 pips. All right, so this is the scenario, and it is a high volume time since it's a London Open. So we can expect to have a buy at this point, because the first logic is it has created the resistance at first, then created a support. All right. Then we have a clean range to the left. Then the fourth logic is behind the execution is this is a liquidity candle having a high bullish pressures, and if you get the next candle printing like this, at first creating the wick and then break the high of the previous candle, impulse entry taken, and we can expect these move to the upper side because it's a high volume sessions at a London Open. So this is something that we expect. So let's see what will actually going to be happen. All right, see, next candle created the wicket first, then break the high of the previous candle, closing like a strong bullish candle. Next candle creating the wick, respecting the previous low, breaking the high of the previous candle, continue to move up, and so on and so forth. So this is the amazing analysis and amazing setups. Like I will give this one as a grade setups. All right, not A plus. I will give this one as a grade setup, so you can execute your trade like a standard. Lot size for like 2000 account, you can execute 0.2. For 10,000, you can execute one lot. For 100K your account, you can execute your 10 lot size, all right? So he has executed 75 lot probably, all right? He has a like 750K account, so and so forth, all right? So this is the first thing that you learn from the very first trade. So let's move to the next trade that he has taken. So this is the second trade. So let me explain from the very basics, all right? What you can see is you can see there is a resistance at first, and there is a exactly the support has been formed, all right? And the third you can see is this is a consolidation zone where a lot of volume is accumulated throughout the period. So we are expecting the candle to break and close above this resistance at first. Does this candle do? No, sir. Does this? No. This does this? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. So this is the unique candle that broke and closed above this resistance, and it's a London sessions because the professional traders like Raja Banks usually used to trade at London sessions. So we can expect a high volume for price to continue to pushing up like this. So if the next candle created the wick at first, then break the high of the previous candle, you can execute your impulse entry in the trend at this point, and you are expecting this candle to continue to push like this. All right, and probably you can expect the next candle also continue to pushing up like this because these consolidations accumulated a lot of volume. So if you did not get this type of wick at first, then it is hard to execute the trade after breaking the high of the previous candle because you are not going to put your stop loss below the previous candle. Rather, you prefer to entry making the wick and breaking the high of the previous candle. It's a perfect impulse into where you can make a money. So Raja banks usually used to do this type of trade and make a way of money that you know exactly, isn't it? So, and it's a high volume sessions. We can expect volume will continue to price up. So let's see what will happen at this point. See, this is going to be crazy at this point. So the next candle, if you look at here, the candle created the wick at first, then break the high of the previous candle, entry impulse entry taken by putting your stop loss below the current candle, and you're expecting this type of move at a high volume sessions with a lot of volume accumulated like this. Make sense? So let's move to the next trade. So how much lot he has been executed? No issue. All right. So let's move to the next trade that I'm going to explain right at the point is, if you look at it here, I'm going to explain from the very basic so that the beginners will also can make sense, all right? So if you look at here, this candle, okay, this market structures, it has created the resistance, price pushed down like this, price, okay, finally drop down like this, creating the low, lower high, low, lower high, low, all right? And finally created a support at this point. So there is a high probability that we can see another lower low, all right? So obviously you can find a lower high at this point, all right? Which is called a lower high, means after closing the 30-minute candle like bearish candle, what I'm expecting at this point is, in a real scenario, I'm expecting the candle need to open and then need to create the wick so that I can expect the next candle will make a new low. Because if you look at here, it has created a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, once again lower low, lower high, and it is trying to create the another lower low. So it's in the price range of like 1975, and we are expecting below the 1973 probably. So I'm expecting the next candle to form like this, created open price, created the wick, and then need to break the low of the previous candle so that I can expect the next candle continue to push down like this in order to create a new low. So this is the exact trade that Raja took, all right? So the number one logic is it's in the downtrend. The second, it has created the resistance, and also it is also called the lower high. Number third is it's a London session, so we can expect a high amount of volume, all right? This is the third logic. And the fourth logic behind execution this trade is there is a clean traffic to the left and we are expecting another lower low, all right? So these are the things that we are expecting, and let's see if we execute this trade, can we make a win or not, all right? So let me rob it. So if you look at here, wow, it has created the wicket first and then break the low of the previous candle. Impulse entry taken by putting a stop loss above the current candle. There is a clean traffic to the left and you can secure your profit like this. This is amazing, all right? This is the very, very basic trade, very, very easy peasy trade that you are making money if you follow this. So next trade, let me explain this trade as well. If you look at it here, it has created the resistance at this point. All right, obviously it has a no. Let me remove all. Okay. It has created the resistance at this point. Likewise, there is a support. Number one, it has created the support. Number two, this one is a number one logic. This one created the resistance. This is a number two. It pushed down and another candle created the support, which is also called the lower high. So if you look at here, it has created the higher low. So what's the probability that the next candle will continue to push up? If you are expecting a high amount of volume in a London Open, it's going to be very, very high. So what you can do is at this point in a real scenario, I would prefer to do, I am entering the position exactly the open price of the candle, because if you look at here, this candle also liquidity candle, this one is also liquidity candle having a decent body, and I'm expecting that the next candle will continue to push up without making wick. And if also if it created the wick, I am putting my stop loss below the previous candle so that it may down like 50%. That does not create any problem for me. So impulse entry just at the open price, expecting the next candle to continue to push up by putting a stop loss below the previous candle, and you are expecting like this. So let's see how it actually going to happen at this point. Wow, that's crazy. You are executing your take entry at this point by putting your stop loss below the previous candle, because it is necessary that not all the time you will get a liquidity week at first in a high volume sessions. You need to take some courage and need to take a actions so that you can get that trade by putting a stop loss below the previous candle, and if it goes in your and if it's goes against on you, you need to manage your risk, and if it goes in your favor, then you make this type of money. All right, so this is the trade that Raja take actually. So let me explain the another trade. If you look at here, what you can see is this candle overall analysis. It has created the up, all right, and created the resistance, means number one, it has created the new high. Price fell down. Thank you, all right, because we are looking for the pullback. It has created the support at this point on a 30-minute candle closures, having a decent bullish candle. So this candle like this is the same candle. So what I'm expecting is it has created the support. There is a clean traffic to the left as well. I'm expecting that the next candle will continue to push up. So my entry would be breaking the high of the previous candle. So putting my stop loss below the candle or somewhere middle in the candle, that doesn't make any sense. All right. That does make any, sorry, that does make sense. So I'm looking for the next candle to open at this point, need to create the wick at first or continue to moving up like this. This is the first case scenario. But if this candle is not able to create the wick and just open and breaking the high of the previous candle, I will go through the impulse entry because there is a clean traffic to the rep. This is the A plus trade setups that I don't want to miss anymore, because if you look at here, this is also the same scenario where candle is not making any wick, but the here is a little bit bigger wick, so I'm expecting the candle to break the high of the previous candle. So impulse entry taken by putting my stop loss middle of the candle to the previous candle, and I'm expecting this move to the all the way till up here 1950 to 1952, means 25-30 pips. That's a decent range. So let's see what will happen at this point. If you look at here, wow, that's amazing. This candle does not have any wick to the downside. So instead of executing my trade at this point, probably I will go through the executions above the previous candle after breaking the high of the previous candle. And you can get this type of descent move, all right, in an uptrend, because there will be the 80% probability that the next move will break the high of the previous candle. All right, this is resistance, because it's in the uptrend right now and there is a high volume time, so you could not miss this type of trade. I will give this trade as a plus trade setups, where if you have a $1,000 account, you can take like a 3% 4% risk. All right, just double your lot size, because it's a amazing trade setups that you would not able to see all the time. And if you have a 10,000 account, instead of executing one standard lot, you may go through 1.5, 1.52 lots. That's amazing, all right? Because you need to make money when you get a perfect setups. So let me explain the another trade that Raza took. If you look at here, this candle has okay, market structures, resistance has been formed, second support has been formed, all right? This is the second thing, this one is the first. And the third thing is this candle broke and closed above this resistance. That's amazing. But when you see this candle, this type of candle having a high amount of volume and a bigger body, then you need to wait for the retracement to be formed. So you could not able to buy at this point. Next candle pullback, the next candle obviously broke and closed above this resistance. This is the most recent resistance. So what's the probability that the next candle will continue to push up? It's going to be very, very high, because if you look at it here from this perspective, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, once again high. So there is higher probability that the next candle will continue to push up. So I'm expecting some weak at first, because this candle is way too big. I could not put my stop loss below the previous candle. So need to wait for a candle to open and need to create the wick so that I can put my stop loss. After breaking the high of the previous candle, I will go through the buy and expecting this type of price in the upside. All right, because it's a high volume sessions. If you look at here, it's a Dubai time and you can expect a lot of sessions. So this is something that going to work. All right. So this is the trade that you don't want to miss anymore in upcoming days. Okay, so let me explain the another trade. Probably this will be the last trade in this part one video. I will explain another trades like this in another videos, like altogether 10 to 15 trades in a single video. So this is the part one. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe my YouTube channel so that I can maintain and prepare this type of video in the upcoming days as well, so that it will help you. So this is the last video that I'm going to explain today. If you look at your this candle, okay, created the resistance at this point. This is the first logic. And the second, it has created the support at this point. This is the second. Third, this candle closing like a strong bullish candle means there is a high probability that the next candle will continue to push up. And the fourth logic is, you know what, this is a higher high, this one is higher low. So what's the probability that the next candle will continue to push up? It's going to be very, very high. But can you make a buy exactly after opening price? No, sir, because you have a big stop loss. So what I'm expecting is the candle need to create the wicket first and then need to break the high of the previous candle so that I can entry my impulse entry at this point. All right, impulse entry. And there is a clean traffic to the left, London sessions, high volume sessions, so that you can expect the volume continue to price up like this and securing your profit at the resistance. So let's see what will happen. Okay, this is crazy, crazy over here, crazy. All right. So this is all about the Raza Bank trading explanations. In another part, we'll explain the upcoming trades as well, so that you can get a hindsight analysis and more knowledge, and you need to execute exactly the same way the professional traders like Raza Banks executes in order to make money from the market. So if you guys like my video, please do not forget to comment and subscribe, and also click the notifications bell icons so that you can get a video at first. Thank you. Have a good day. Safe day.